Hello, we're live once again. Trying to figure out this whole how do I want to do this internet thing over here. I don't really know what else to show off on this site, or at least this side on the online on the website aspect. Kind of fun though, kind of interesting. Lots of neat stuff coming out, but anyways, we'll keep that hanging out over there for a second. Hope everybody's doing all right. Actually, need to check with one of my customers real fast to see if they want me to attach something permanently. And if so, then I can go ahead and knock that out and have it ready to ship out tomorrow, which is always nice. No, thank you. Cool. All right, this guy's ready to go back to him then. Cool. Knocked out this really interesting mod on a Winter Soldier here. Let's see if we can't get this guy in focus. It's one of the film Winter Soldiers, and he's wanting me to, I don't know, I think I fixed this arm at one point. Let me see if I can't switch this over to auto focus. There we go. So we should be able to pop this open. And he had me basically take one neck joint and attach it to another neck joint. I'm hoping I can pop this thing off without it coming off, but man, it's really on there good. Man, I might need to make this a little less snug than I have it already. Zoom out a bit. Help out. God dang. I don't want to send it back to him all too tough to pop out, which is crazy because I've gone through this thing. I had to sand this thing down a bit. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Last night I actually added a little bit of super glue to this. So let's kind of shave some of this down a little bit. I don't know what neck joint this is actually. But is that my Dremel's making a funny sound? Basically, a trick I use to thicken up pegs is to add a thin layer of super glue all the way around. Generally, I'll add it with, you can take your super glue, add a little bit of glue right here, and just kind of go like this with your glue tip. Just kind of go around. That's whenever, if anybody's ever asked me, hey, how do I thicken this up, then that's what I'm talking about. So just trying to make sure that whenever this head goes on, it's not too loose, but it's also not too, see, popped it off. Here's the problem I'm having right now is like trying to get this thing to fully attach. Dang it. I'm glad I tested it out again. This should be as simple as like just gluing it back on. But man, the glue is just not wanting to hold. What I probably can do, if I can find some here, a lot of times if you want to super glue something, like if you want to super glue plastic back to plastic, all you need to do is take some heavy grit sandpaper, which is great if you keep it on hand, which I'm not finding any. Usually, hang on, see if I can. There we go. I do have it on hand. Okay. I usually keep like a bag, just a plastic bag of sandpaper. See if I've got some heavier grit in here. This isn't too bad. I don't usually keep like the real heavy stuff. Oh, these are really cool. Remember, these are awesome. My mom had gotten me these a while back. This is like just like it's like a foam almost, but it allows you to basically wrap around and really sand in to, if you need to sand around like I guess more smooth, rounder spots, but you do just do a quick little bit in here. And it kind of roughs up that plastic a little bit. And this is after you've already checked to make sure it's going to fit right the way you want it to. And basically all this is going to do, just basically give that glue something to grip to. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh boy, you guys should have been here yesterday. I was talking to my boys, and I was repairing some stuff, and I drilled right into my thumb. Just holding a piece like this, just like I was actually holding this one right here. It's like a Masterpiece Cheetor hand, and I'm holding it down. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna drill in here, and I had a nice little drill bit, and it goes yep, right into my thumb tip. So maybe your boy's getting rusty. I don't know. Did not feel well. I hated it. It was an awful feeling. I can definitely feel it today. Feels a little bruised today. Thank you everybody for showing up. Sorry I don't usually call everybody out because I'm usually too busy looking down and working. But for all of you that are here, well, thank you. Appreciate it. Hope everybody got some neat stuff for Christmas. I can see people are asking how Christmas was. Tell me how your Christmas was. What'd y'all get? Did you get something great? Did everybody get what they wanted? What's up, my homie, Samurai Chris? Glad you're here. Ori Omega. Got a chance to see Ori not too long ago. Chatted with Ori last night. Unfortunately, the chat was cut short because my internet has been crappy. Guys, if the feed dies tonight, I'm really sorry. My internet has been real weird lately, so hopefully it's gonna stay on tonight. If not, I apologize for crappy service. Not much I can do about it though. But let's hope it stays. So let's see what we can do here. So I've used this super weld a few times. I'm gonna try to use this Loctite. God dang, that's a lot of glue. Okay, when something like that happens, I'm going to start from the front and work my way back. I don't want this attached to this right now. We want to take this piece out and let it basically attach on its own. And what I'll do is let's get everything out of the way here. I like to go around the seams, basically. Let me get this dang camera. I always do this. There we go. That should be better. I like to go around the seams whenever I glue something. Kind of add that extra bit of hold. Gets in a little more of those seams that are around the edges. Alright. Cool. Yeah. And, pardon, right now I'm working on hopefully having a Saturday stream, this Saturday coming up, with a few familiar faces, just some of my favorite people, really. Captain McKay, Ori Omega, Casting Cave, just to name a few. My buddy Ryan Folsom, goes by Mariachi Samurai on Instagram, really great guy. Hoping to do like their top 10 so we can kind of discuss and talk about that. So that might happen this Saturday. Hopefully, if everybody's available, that'll be really, really cool. It'll be fun. Brian says I should do a watch party one day when I'm not fixing toys. Well, if I'm not fixing toys, I'm probably not on here. I have no idea what we'd watch. Hey, Naren, cool. Billy, he says, Billy, I just got the Spider-Man in the mail. He looks incredible. That is awesome, man. Good deal. Good deal. I hope that thing holds up. Those are rough fixes, man. It's ridiculous. Craziness. Just kind of scanning the chat right now. I actually got some really cool stuff today. I got to meet up with my buddy Trash K as he goes online by. His name's Liddell. He's one of my favorite people. He actually got me my Excalibur set through his Hasbro Pulse subscription. As many of you know, Excalibur is my favorite Marvel team. Very hard to beat this team in my eyes. It's just my favorite. I love these outfits. Um, Captain Britain, there's a lot wrong with this outfit, but I'm very happy to get Megan. Very happy to get the Shadow Cat. I think it's very cool. I'm excited about these. Megan is my favorite Marvel female. I think she's incredible. She looks amazing. So far, this looks like a pretty solid set. Looks really good to me. I'm excited to crack this open at some point. What's really cool though is I hadn't bought any of these. I wasn't really fit. I mean, I'm not a big Masters of the Universe kind of guy, so no big deal. To me, I think the show's pretty cool. But I bought this Battle Cat today. If you guys are on the fence or whatnot, this thing's $40 normally, which I wasn't gonna pay just because I'm not really into this whole line as much. But this right here was 20. It's 20 at Target right now. So get out to your Targets and find you some Masters of the Universe if you're on the fence. That figure looks really cool, and for $20, you can't really beat that. That thing looks like it's got a ton of articulation. And I went ahead and picked up this Faker as well. He was 16 instead of 32, so that was really cool. So pretty awesome. Brian, to answer your question, so I love Sandman, and there was a time where I was getting rid of a lot of figures and whatnot, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to keep. And right now, the one in my collection is the Bath Sandman. I really like the Marvel Legends Bath Sandman. In my opinion, the best one, the one that I regret so much selling, is, I want to say it was the Unleashed 360 or something like that. Look it up. It's like the Unleashed Sandman, and it was the Spider-Man 3 film version. And the body itself is like whatever. The head's nice. The arms are all right. But he comes with this really cool, like, alternate body stand kind of deal, where it's like the sand is flowing like this, and it makes him super tall, and it makes him just look gigantic. And to me, that's the best Sandman figure out there. I hate that I sold it, and it is so expensive now. I found it at a Big Lots. Oh, pardon me. Oh my gosh, where'd that come from? I found it at a Big Lots like over a decade ago, like forever ago, and it was one of my favorites. I had it on the shelf forever with a it wasn't the Marvel Universe, it was the superhero showdown. Is that right? The three, I don't know if you guys remember the 3 3/4 inch figures that Toy Biz put out. They were really cool. I want to say they're Marvel Showdowns. Maybe it was Marvel Showdowns. And oh, they were so cool. Some of them were cool. Some were absolute garbage. Like the Beast was awesome. The Spider-Man was super cool. Daredevil was super cool. I actually still have the Daredevil. I have the Daredevil and Elektra. She's something else. But anyways, it was a really cool figure. I got rid of it. That was stupid. But whatever. What am I gonna what am I gonna do? There's nothing I can do about it now. So, but yeah, Marvel Legends right now are kind of a dying breed for me. I think my dude Ori in here, he's gonna help me out with a sale. My wife's gonna help me out with a sale coming up later on, and we're gonna do a big old sale like we did before. And I'm gonna get rid of a lot of stuff. Mostly Marvel Legends at this point. Although I'm looking at my shelves, and the Marvel Legends collection is dwindling. It's nice. It's really nice. There's most of the stuff that I collect are baths, or some of the film stuff, which I thought I was gonna get rid of, but I got like those Build-A-Figure wings for that the Captain America Falcon, and I love that figure, so I'm gonna definitely keep him. And there's just a few that I think I'm gonna keep. But anyways, if you're tuning in now, if you guys were here last time, I was working on this Amazing Spider-Man 2, this Andrew Garfield figure. This is a pretty cool figure. I want to say this one might be known for having a ton of problems, which I could see why. There's a lot going on this thing, but I had to fix these shoulder bits. what happens here is these basically lodge into the shoulder bit here, and they twist up and down, and they can bend up. That's kind of it. And these pieces right here twisted off. Now I put a screw through these and I twisted them in, and I'm hoping that these are going to be good. I'm really hoping that these work well. Um, yeah, that's all I can really do right now is hope. I was testing out the screws. They felt pretty good. Everything felt pretty decent. But I'm just hoping that whenever I put these in, that it doesn't twist off the work that I did putting these on here. So what I've got to do right now basically is I've got to sand these down. I was going to do a tutorial over this, but I haven't had any time to do this stuff. So let's see what's going on. Better practice your auctioneer voice. So bathroom urinal, what happens is I don't even do an auction. It's not even an auction. It's like basically first come, first serve. That's kind of it. Whoever gets the first, whoever calls it first gets it. And then last time I did it, people were really cool, man. This group is so amazing. So many of the people were like, yeah, basically like if somebody else wanted it, they're like, oh dang, it's like, hey dude, if you want it, you can have it. So it's just like a lot of just really cool camaraderie and stuff like that. So that's pretty neat. All right. I'm gonna sand these down. I don't want there to be too much friction on these to where they stick and just get ripped out of here. I want to be able to send these off with confidence. I had to go in with a drill bit on the Spider-Man, and basically you can see here these holes right here. I had to make those myself because the pieces, what had happened was the client had tried to tighten them, and what happened was the glue solidified and it just adhered the pieces on there. So that sucks. That's the way the popcorn pops sometimes. But go and get rid of this. I don't even know. I'm not even looking at anything right now. I'll just keep it on there. Make a nice little logo for you guys. I feel like these will go in, but I just think it's too tight. Honestly, I think these are going to be too tight right now. That's a problem we run into. No, I haven't said when the sale is going to be. I need to, kind of. I might have multiple ones in the next coming months, like maybe one a month, depending on what I get rid of and what I decide to start selling. Because really, I'm trying to make room in here, so we'll see. We'll just kind of see what happens. I need to get with my dude Ori. I'm gonna get with Christine, and I'll just figure out what makes sense to sell. Because a lot of random stuff happens during those sales, man. Like all of a sudden, somebody asks, is like, hey, do you have this figure? And maybe if I do, I'm going to pull it off my shelf and be like, all right, it's for sale. I'll sell it for this. A lot of times I come up with prices on the spot, and I don't really like doing that as much just because it takes up a lot of time. And I try to go to eBay prices and go cheaper than, them, obviously. Let's sand this down. Basically, I'm just trying to smooth this guy out, make it smaller. Because I like the size that I've got these holes at on the arms. And what's going to happen is I'm going to, I guess you'd call the armpit holes, the torso holes. The cool thing about this is whenever I'm done, all I got to do is add a dab of super glue here on this little edge, and then it just pops in here. That's that. And that should be it. But I just want to make sure that whenever, like I said, whenever I do, I don't want it to be like stuck. If it's stuck in there and it goes to twist, I want to make sure that I'm not like gonna get it stuck in there and break my hold that I've got on here. That would suck. If you have Tobey Maguire Green Goblin, I'm buying it. I don't have any of those old Toy Biz figures, And I suggest nobody goes out and overpays for old. Don't go buying old Andrew Garfield figures. Don't go buying old Tobey Maguire figures just because the hype right now for the movie. People are going to be taking advantage of you right now. They're going to try to get the most money out of you for crappy old brittle figures. You're going to get some really new, you're going to get great new stuff coming. Just be patient. If you can be patient, you're going to get some awesome stuff for a fraction of the price of what people are charging. People are charging really, really unfair, just like I said, taking advantage of you prices. So just wait. Just wait. I know they're going to remake those figures. They have to. Those companies love making money, and they know they're going to sell. That movie has made so much money in the box office. We'll get them. We'll get those figures, guys. It'll happen. Promise you. Don't pay fool price. You know what I mean? Don't do it. Ain't worth it. Tony Fierro says, Bill, this might be a little out of your area, but one of the widespread problems of that Spidey figure is the severe fade in paint. Have you any recommendations for fixing that paint? Are you talking about the Spider-Man I'm holding right now, Tony? Yeah, and Aaron says that. He's like, agree. Don't go buying the old figures. Don't do it. It's not worth it right now. Like, if you have one already, cool. And if it's broken, I try to. I'm not happy with the prices I have to charge for fixing like Toy Biz figures because they're hard. They're not easy fixes, man. They're just not, and they're brittle plastic. So, the more you mess with them, the more likely you're gonna run into issues. So. Just be patient. Wait. Red Sharpie pen will restore the color. I cannot. That's not coming. I'm just reading. I don't suggest Sharpie on anything. That's me. That's just me personally. I would not. I only use paints. Like paints that are meant to, adhere to plastic. If it works for you, if you're happy with that, then cool. That's not for me though. Yeah, look, they're going for $100 to $300. That doesn't. No. Now, if you love the figure, if it's like, hey, grandma gave me this figure and grandma's not around anymore, and this specific one means a lot to me, that I get. I get that 100%. But other than that, we're going to get some awesome stuff, man. You know how good, some of these companies are now getting, the faces right. We got 3D printers out there that are doing so much stuff. It's not worth going out and buying an old Toy Biz figure right now, man. Oh, Tony. Okay, so it fades to pink. Yeah, actually, I do know. There is definitely a way to make that happen. I would get the translucent Tamiya red paint, like this guy right here, this clear red. I don't know how well that's going to show up, but you can find these in most model stores. This is like I said, this company is called Tamiya, Tamiya, and you're looking for the X27 clear red. You can paint this right over that pink. Just give it, just do nice thin layers, and eventually you'll get that color you want back. Because the shiny red won't go away. Now you will have to paint the black, and I imagine if you're just very careful, or what is this, navy blue or black, you should be fine. But I actually had to do this with a Iron Man not terribly long ago, and it went pink, and you can just, all you got to do is just go over it with that color and you'll be fine. Totally fine. Took a Sharpie years and years ago to one of my McFarlane Reach Elite. Turned out great. Hey man, if you guys, here's the thing. I can only suggest to you things. Like the one thing I can tell you for sure to not do, and if you want to do it, then that's up to you. Don't ever put an action figure in the microwave. I don't care if it's worked for you 12 times, once, doesn't matter. Don't ever do that. Do not ever do that. It's not, I'm not calling you stupid if you've done it because everybody gets curious. Everybody thinks that's going to work. It's very irresponsible and dangerous. I'm dead serious. Do not do that. I've seen people do that. It's crazy. Hey, Sean Marshall, thank you so much. It's cool to be back. I'm trying my hardest to keep these going and try to be here for you guys. So sand down this some more. I just gotta. I'm surprised this is. So what happened here was I took, and this is interesting. Here's a little lesson for you. So I took this Revoltech joint, right? And it obviously had one on the other side. And so I drilled out holes in here. And you can see that the Revo, it enters very well. It sticks in well. It's got a nice pivot turn to it. It's a nice smooth turn. But what happens here is when you drill a hole in it and you put a screw through it, it makes it thicker. That's what I had to do to reattach here because you can't just glue this on. It ain't going to work that way. So now I'm trying to go through and see if I can't kind of make this smaller. Looks like we're in. Okay, this has gone in now. I'm nervous. I can't send this back to somebody if I'm not in my heart 100% sure that this isn't going to twist off. And I'm afraid it's going to twist off even though I glued it, let it set overnight. You do not get a lot of real estate or room to drill in and add a screw in here. So let's see. Let's see if I can't get me, hang on a second. Check this out, guys. Got some cool new stuff. I think you guys are going to love this, man. Especially all you guys that always, like, a lot of you guys will put the gif of the old man from Toy Story who fixes Woody. Look at this. Yep. This is where we are, boys. So let me see. Okay. So this will allow me to see, honestly, if it's like twisting. This is actually looking really good. I feel like I have to get like really close to this though. This is kind of weird. Like you'd think I'd be able to see it from further back. And so what I'm using this for, honestly, right now, is if I can zoom in real close and I can see the piece that I have attached, like the little peg that I've attached to this, is that staying still while I twist the shoulder? You know what I mean? And if so, that's bad. If it's staying still, that means it's just hinging on the screw, and eventually it's gonna rip right off of there. Luckily, I think we've got a solid fix here. The worst thing that can happen, is you send it back to the client and they're like, hey, the arm tore off. It's like, I'm sorry. Send it back. I have to pay them basically to ship it back, and then I have to fix it again, and then it's on me to pay. So then at that point, this has happened a few times. Like I've ended up having to pay people to fix their figures. Not fun, A few of those, like a couple of those times hit me, and it's like, why am I doing this anymore? You know what I mean? Like, because people expect, when it comes down to it, it is a business, it is a service. I don't make hardly any money off of this stuff. I do charge just because it gives me the grounds to kind of keep going. It like makes more sense to not just, I don't know, not saying just giving it away, but it's like, you know, you got to compensate to help me pay for some of my hobby. It's fun. Anyways, rambling. Let's get back to it. Let's see if we can't get this arm in. So the left arm is good. I don't know if I've been taking... A lot of times you'll see me... Man, I wish I could just... I wish I had a camera that would follow me. Let's see. Zoom down a little more. So you'll notice here what I do is a lot of times I'll do this while I'm dremeling. And I don't have like a disease that makes me shake. Thankfully. Thank God. To those who do, I do hope you get better. But what I do is this digs. Basically, it kind of cuts away a little bit better than just... A lot of times I'll do this, you know, kind of circle around, but I just kind of goes against the grain a bit, kind of shaves away some of that excess plastic. A lot of times I'll kind of hold like this and go in at an angle at the top, which basically what that does is it creates more of a smooth, kind of a rounded edge. So when it goes into the hole, it just kind of makes it an easier insertion. Let's see if we can get this. Like I said, there's a screw in there that's added a lot of mass to this guy. And so we don't want it to be so dang tight that we can't, you know, we can't twist it. Sorry, there's a lot of dremeling tonight, guys. A lot. All right, let's see if we can't peg this in. Actually, you know what? Let me take a quick snapshot of this. I'll take a snapshot of this guy. We'll do something on the Instagram or something like that. People sure love Spider-Man. All right. Let's see if this will peg in. I don't like it when it's too hard to press in. Makes me a little nervous. Let's go ahead and try to pry that out. You want to come straight out. You don't want to twist that out. You want to come straight out, because if you twist it out, it could break that hole that you've worked so hard to, you know, to get on your peg there, on your screw. Let's see what we got here. So I was using, I don't know the size of this. Let's see what we got here. Well, it looks like we got about a 1/16, maybe 1.59 millimeter drill bit here. And I was using this last night. It's not too bad. It's a little smaller than the actual peg I'd be using, but I always like to go in smaller. You always want to go in with a smaller drill bit just because you don't want to drill it too much. Looks like we're going in pretty well. I don't want it to like pop back out. You know what I mean? I look like Bill from Toy Story 2. I would have to gain about 100 pounds and put a chicken suit on. I have no idea what's happening right now in the chat. I've lost control. Naren said it's like buying an old Luke Skywalker figure going for $200 when Hasbro has made multiple amazing Luke figures with great face sculpts resembling Mark Hamill for only 20 to 25. Absolutely, yeah. That's where I stand exactly. It's like, man, you know, Mafex or Figuarts or all those companies, they're gonna capitalize on Spider-Man. They have to. Like, come on. Julian, you put a figure in the microwave once. Well, at least you learned. Man, especially if you did something like this. If you put this figure in the microwave, he has metal parts. You could cause a fire. Like, it's pretty scary. Everybody say the worst Spider-Man villain comics. I'm not sure what you're saying. Who? Yeah, actually, let me ask me this, or let me answer me this, guys. Who was your favorite Spider-Man villain? Period. Doesn't have to be movies or comics, like, because generally, like, you know, it's gonna be the same guy almost always. Like, who's your favorite? You tell me your favorite, I'll tell you mine. I'd be interested to see y'all's answers. Let's see, I'm gonna Dremel this a little more. See if this will fit. Oh, I think we're in. Naren says Venom. All right. Ooh, something let that fall out. Green Goblin or Craven, but Green Goblin. All right. Yeah, Green Goblin. Solid choice. Safe one there. Green Goblin is... He's definitely the Joker, you know, to... He's basically the... Yeah, like I would say, Joker's Batman would definitely be Green Goblin to Spider-Man. Okay, so this one's fitting fairly well, but it's going to need a little bit of... I think just a little bit of glue at the end. Tell you what, Bob, man, all of a sudden everybody broke their Spider-Man, or like they found out that certain characters were going to be in the movies and decided either maybe they're getting them fixed so they can get them sold, but I don't know. Maybe these figures have been broken forever, because a lot of these were they're decent looking figures, but a lot of them were just made poorly, or just had cheap plastic, or just had a bunch of issues. But Julian says my favorite Spider-Man villain is Shocker. Nice. I loved Shocker in the Superior Foes. Goober says Doc Ock or Green Goblin. Nice. So I'll go ahead while we're at this. My personal favorite villain for Spider-Man has got to be old Curtis Connors, man. I love the Lizard. The Lizard is that's my Spidey villain. I wasn't really happy how he was handled in the films, but I didn't like the design of the face. I wanted more of a snout on him, but other than that, he did crack me up in the new movie, though, just because they made him more like Saran from X-Men. Yeah, I love. I don't know. I love his story. I like how it's like, hey, I'm missing an arm. Lizards can, regrow these appendages. He's like, I want to regrow my arm, and then things go awry. It's perfect. It's like such a perfect, there's nothing better for a villain like that. Then he was like, oh, I was trying to do good, and whoops, everything went wrong. Yeah, I'm not a big Spider-Man fan either, Goober, really. Ori, Doc Ock, or Gabi for me. Love Shocker in the spot. Oh, the Spot. The Spot, that's a good one. See, I like Morbius too a lot, but it's like kind of hard to lump him in there because he's like such one of those anti. I don't know. I don't know if you can say he's a villain or whatnot. I also love Sandman. I love Sandman. I like Sandman because of how simple his his story is. I think that's pretty cool. When it came down to like, man, when the superior foes hit though, man, I fell in love with all those characters. Like Boomerang was freaking greatness. Sometimes it depends on the writer, but I'm not a big fan of his like costume design or anything like that or his powers or whatever. It is what it is. He's all right. All right, I think we're gonna keep this left arm attached here, and we're letting that other one. I gotta add a little bit of glue to the right shoulder joint, which should keep this Spider-Man intact. I did end up, I'm not sure if, like I said, you guys were here last time, or I don't know if, I did this last night actually while I was talking to the boys. I had to fix a neck joint on this Spider-Man. I had to reattach this peg, which y'all see on my Instagram later on. I think that'll be a good little hit. Some dude needed me to fix his neck joint, so we did that. And then I had to fix a. Can't remember who this belonged to. I got to go through and double check everything, but I've got a bat. Like last time, I think you guys were here for this. There's a bat. It's a Harley Quinn Suicide Squad bat from the movies. And I fixed that last time. I feel like I fixed it at the very end of the stream last time, and then I had to go back in. I always got to go back in. I feel like I always need to double, triple check something like that before I send it off, just because you always want to be safe about it. And sure enough, man, there was a slight issue with it. It's just one of those things where like it's really hard to fix these tiny little pieces like this. Like so, this is what I was working with here. Here's your bat. I don't know if you guys remember this from last time or not, but I had to basically fix this peg here, and now we're all set. Because it's one of those figures where it's like you got to slide this through and then attach the peg or attach the bat together, and because it's broken in half or whatnot. Anyways, we got that all nice and decked out. So that was cool. So that's going out. So tomorrow's going to be a nice day to really get some stuff shipped out. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to ship out this Spider-Man as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs. 4 jobs done. Man, that might actually be almost all of them. I've got some other ones. This one right here, this was a real mess that I had to fix. This guy it's a masterpiece Cheetor hand, and what happened was the wrist peg broke here. Like the wrist hinge broke in half. And right now there are 2 screws in here. I wish I would have taken better photos of this. But I need to send photos of this guy, see what he thinks. But I think I can match the color of gold in here. At least come close and just kind of color over this and call it done. I was going to send it off to Casting Cave to get cast, but I decided that I would just go ahead and do it myself. And that's when I ended up drilling into my freaking thumb. Sucked. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one for tonight. So I think this is one of those Loyal Subjects figures. It's one of those My Hero Academia characters. I have no idea the name of them. But looks like what happened here was the hip broke off of here. Oh, Bob, you picked Scorpion? That's a good one too, man. I definitely love me some Scorpion. For show. Absolutely. This is what throws me off. Like, I think they said like that this isn't supposed to bend or twist on the figure or something, and it just bothers me. Like, why? Why wouldn't this bend? So what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and let's see if I can pop this leg off here. We're gonna heat this up. So I'm gonna pop this out real quick. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, look at that. I can't even get a grip on that one. Actually, you know what's better? Would be better to do, so since we're gonna have to drill into this here, let's see. We're gonna start with one of our smaller drill pits right here. And what I'm gonna do is, since this is one of those hip pegs that moves around, right? So here we go. Oh yeah, Chris, the Figma Ghost of Tsushima Jin is legit. It's legit. If I don't think about it, remind me in a minute. Let me try to fix this, and I'll see if we've got time. I'll open him up. He is very nice, man. I can't. Oh yeah, he's very nice, and I'll show you why. Let me get through to this though. So we're gonna drill through here. Actually, you know what? Let me take a few photos of this, man. I'd like to try to have some kind of presence getting back on it at least. There we go. Alright, can I do basically quick repair photos here? Let's see if we can't drill through here, alright? Slow down there. All right, so we've got a pretty good hole that's going through all the way. See if we can go through again. Ooh, all right, careful. Yeah, cool. That went well. Sometimes you got to be careful. You don't want to go all the way through the dang leg, but luckily we didn't. See if I can't. Instead of trying to clamp that, let's see if we can't get one of our screws. This is something I do often. Is whenever there's a piece that's hung up like this that you can't really get a grip on or whatnot, that won't come out. What you want to do is drill a hole. You can go through like this. You can see if we can't get this. See if we can't get a screw going in through here. Try it again. Kind of want to guide that drill bit with your fingers, you know, so you don't go in too far. Not to mention, this is that like kind of translucent, kind of clear plastic a little bit. And so it's kind of weird. What this stuff does is like you'll be able to drill into it, but it feels like it contracts a little bit. I don't know how to explain it. Very odd. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and drill in as much as we can here, and let's see if we can pop this guy out. Since we got a pretty good hold right now, let's see if we can grip. There we go. Pop that out. It's in there pretty good. It looks like I drilled all the way through, which is awesome because we always want to do that. Personally, if I can do that with a peg, I will, assuming, you know, it's going to be hidden. And that way, later on, we're going to be able to put our screw all the way through it, which gives us a better hold. And what I like to do is I'll take these, kind of like these pliers here that have this divot in it. Now we'll go in through the other way. And I want to say this is a 0.8 drill bit. It's a 0.8 drill bit, so now we're going to change over to a 0.9 drill bit since we've already made our 0.8 hole. Sometimes it's easier to go in and make a hole with a smaller drill bit and then use that as a lead basically for your bigger drill bit. Keeps it centered, you know what I mean? So, all right, so we've already gone all the way through there. Since we don't really have to worry too much, this I think I might want to heat up and pop out. I'm not sure what's going on with this this joint right here, because from what I can tell, like I asked the guy, I was like, hey, are these supposed to articulate? And he said no, so it just kind of bothers me. Like I want them to articulate. Looks like the hands articulate, but these don't. Like this doesn't right here, which is weird to me. Like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. I don't even understand the point of even having articulation in these if they can't. There's nothing for them to grab. I mean, this looks like it would just glue on. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to heat these up with my heat gun so I can pry out whatever this piece is that's broke. So it looks like something broke off inside, and I imagine this is one of those deals where it's a plastic piece that's basically just glued inside. I've seen these on a ton of figures. It's basically like just a chunk of plastic because it's not supposed to articulate. So let's see what we got inside here. Okay. Whatever the glue they used is freaking really good glue. God dang. Okay. Well. Yeah, because this is all one solid piece on here. So this is clearly where it's supposed to come out at. Oh, I saw it fly out and I was like, well, and it's gone. It's not. I actually saw it land right here. Yeah, look at this. This is, oh boy. Yeah, it's just a chunk. It's just a square chunk, basically. So it just fits back in there. This is always weird to me. Like, you could totally like put a peg and plug it in, and this whole thing could twist. You know what I mean? Like this whole thing could twist instead of it just being stuck. I feel like that'd be better, but the client didn't ask for that, so I don't want to give it to them in a way they didn't ask for. What kind of drill do I use? So this is a Dremel stylus. Unfortunately, these have been discontinued and they're pretty expensive. Starved artist. However, my wife grabbed me this really cool. This one plugs in, but you can get wireless ones or cordless ones. This is the Dremel 4000. This one's really strong, and you can get this really cool stylus grip. So this is like a handle grip, so it gives you more control. I don't know. Most people they don't mind having like the wand, kind of like using it like this. I've never been able to do that. So this is really nice to be able to have like some control using this grip, and it just you unscrew the front, pop it on, and you're good to go. This is pretty cool. Juan Carlos Pineda says, any advice for repairing Neca Alien leg joints from the hip? Oh man, dude, those suck. Are you talking about hang tight. I wonder if I've got one of those nearby. More than likely. My buddy Ryan hooked me up with some the other day. He's like, man, you want some aliens? He's like, I got some that are not broke and some that are broke. And they're all yours if you want them. Let's see what we got here. This one's freaking cool as hell. Haven't even messed with these as much. Let's see. Oh, this one's got a broken head. I'm gonna fix that at some point. That'll be just a fun video. Okay, so sorry. The question at hand was fixing them at the hip, and I'm assuming that you meant like, is it right here in the center where you'll notice like whenever you twist, like move the legs, that they see how they'll move at the exact same time. We'll do it here. How they move. Let's see if I can make it more sense. So they move at the same time, right? Like this, or if you hold one, they're supposed to move independently. Basically what you've got there is one has it's a peg with a hole in it. The other one is just the peg, and it goes in and it inserts into this one. So if those lock up, they can't move, or they move, like basically they can't move independently, so they move like this. Luckily this one isn't stuck. When those get stuck, that's whenever you run into a problem. The problem you're going to hit there is that it is softer plastic. That is hard to fix. It's a very hard fix. Oh man, I don't have a tutorial for that one yet. It's man, I try not to. I don't really take those on as much as I used to, because it's honestly it's a super pain. They're hard to fix because you're dealing with that softer plastic. So basically what I need to do is talk to Casting Cave and just be like, hey man, we need to cast harder joints. But when you run into that, you need it to be like a harder but also a plastic that can soften, because you have to heat it up in order for the peg to pop through. It's very complicated. I have fixed them on several occasions. It's just I can't really explain it to you without having one kind of broken in front of me to do it. But if you message me on like Instagram or something like that, I'd talk you. We could figure something out. I've done it before, man. It sucks. What's even worse about those things is not only that, there's a lot of the NECA figures that are built like that, but also the when the elbows break. Oh God, when the elbows break, it's the worst. It's the worst. So, I'm sorry you're having that problem. They can be fixed. It's just not easy. It's not an easy fix. All right, let me get back to this. I'd like to let me try to complete this tonight. All right. So, this is fairly simple, really. The way this piece came off here, I believe it will go back in. I should have been a little more careful to make sure I'm going to put this back in correctly. I don't want to. What I really want to do is just put a like a rounded peg on here so it can articulate. I think it looks so much better. I would hate for this guy to like try to sell it off to somebody and they're like, hey, this has been, I mean, hopefully he would sell it and say it hasn't, it's been repaired. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to sell something off that I've repaired, I'd like people to know that it was repaired. You're not trying to just sell it off as brand new or work, I hope nobody's ever done that, because that would be kind of weird. I had a razor blade up here last night, and now it's not up here. And that is concerning. Oh, there it is. I just joked. That was a little prank for y'all. Just a little joke. Just a little fun joke. Let's forget about that. I am not incompetent. Let's go ahead and get to... It looks like... I can't tell if... I don't even think this is him. I think this is like factory... I don't know if he tried to glue it, because there's a lot of like glue residue on here. But let's try to get some of this excess grossness off of here. Just like paint and plastic and ugh. Sheesh. I think that one's going to take longer, so I'm going to go ahead and try to fix this leg. Let's see if we can't get this screw to go all the way through the leg first, and then we'll get back to this piece. I don't know. It's probably not going to be that hard. Oh, no. Julian got COVID. Brother, get you lots of rest, man. Get you some vitamin C, and I'm so sorry, dude. Made it all this way, man. You're young, dude. You'll pull through. You'll pull through, homie. Get you some rest though, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks, dude. You'll be in our thoughts, homie. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and put a screw through this leg bit here, and what we're gonna do is what I like to do is I keep this keep the head on here, basically the little hook head, whenever I try to initially put it through, just because it gives us, you know, a little more, just something to hold on to. And then we're gonna take it back out. Okay. Okay, so that went in pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. Another thing we're going to have to do, though, here is, since this will be screwing into here, we have to screw a hole through here. Or, drill a hole through here. So now we got a nice hole through here. Just need that to connect a little bit. And let's go ahead and see if this will actually insert as well. Because what we're about to have to do is we're going to have to put this screw all the way through this hip peg and leave a little bit of it out so we can screw it all the way into this side piece here. Or the other half, I guess, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Southtown Paint App says, love what you do, bro, on these vids. Customizing, especially repairing broken joints pegs, is sorely unappreciated nowadays. I've been using your techniques now for a while in my own repairs. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. I love hearing that stuff. That's so cool. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad that that you're successfully repairing your stuff. I mean, you pay too much dang money for these things for them to just break on you, and then what? What do you do with them? You buy another one? It's like, come on, man. We ain't got time for that. We gotta get them fixed. Okay. So, what we're gonna do here, since we've already tested that, I'm gonna grip with these. These are like some of my favorite pliers. I need to get more of these. I love that they have this this rounded divot right here. There's like this. Flattens off here, but there's this perfect little spot here that holds, like, if I wanted a ball joint, like, or something round, like this is a very round peg, it just fits in nicely like so, without having to worry about it going shooting out. Like, it actually has a curve to it to both sides, so it can't go anywhere. It's really nice. I love that. But also, I'll use it because it's got a wider end on it. I'll grab these here. You can see, I'll zoom in for you here so I can show you this. This is how you straighten off one of these. I'm sure you've seen this a million times. Let's move these out of the way. So I'll straighten here. And I always come in from the side that opens, and I'll bend like that. You just kind of gotta slowly straighten it out. Don't go too crazy. You don't want to have to bend back and forth on these guys, because they are very strong when used in the proper way. But if you bend them back and forth, they will break. You want to find that perfect little fulcrum, like the little center of strength. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Since it went almost all the way through a minute ago, I think that'll be fine. And what you can do is you can take, you take your link. Don't go out of focus now. Where were we? Where's our little pushed everything out of the way and now I can't find it. What? What? Oh, it's right here. Jeez. Okay. So yeah, what we want to do is make sure that this is going to go all the way through. So if we look down here, we want this to go that far in. So you can see it's got plenty of room for that screw to come out the other side. Okay, that's what we want. So let's go and zoom back out because I will drift. All right, so we're going to get a hold of this. We're going to come in from the outside of the peg. Get a nice little grip. All the way in. Make sure it goes all the way in. And you'll notice how I kept this little hook here on the end. That's to give us plenty of stuff to like grip onto. Gives us plenty to grab onto and twist. It's just such a help. It's such a big help. All right. And that right there, that's about where we want to go. I mean, we've got a good, I'm not sure if you can see that or not. But you can see just about how much, right here, how much screw is hanging out. It's a pretty good amount. You know? And that's gonna, we're gonna put that into here. Okay? And that's why we drilled a hole in here a minute ago. So the hole kind of goes in here. And that basically goes into this crotch area and will keep this piece also hanging on as well for us, which is exactly what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to back up the tracks a bit. Back them way up. So we'll take our JB Super Weld. And let's see and make sure this hole is still open for us here. And we're going to add some. Let me take a photo of this real quick. I don't know if people are even going to care. Like, honestly, just trying to get the work out for people at this point. All right. Let's go ahead and make sure we're gotta keep double checking, make sure I'm looking in the right spot here. Come on. I never put it on the tip of the screw. I always want to make sure I already have the tip of the screw inside of the peg. Put a little dab right there of glue on. Let's go ahead and start going through here. And I make sure to keep the tip of the peg clean. Or excuse me, the tip of the screw clean. So when it goes all the way through here, you know, we're not dealing with that much grip resistance. All right, now we got a nice little catch here, which is good. We'll go ahead and take a snapshot of that. Okay. Next, I like to usually grip this with my pliers. I'm going to add some more super glue to the end here. Okay, I'm going to make sure it touches that plastic too so we can make sure the plastic connects. And we're going to go ahead and start screwing this in. Probably do that with your fingers. We also want to make sure that this is coming out nice and even. That your pegs are evenly distributed. Like so. Because if not, you kind of get off
No. It is not the day of the week of December 27th, 2021 at 8:12 p.m.
Thanks. Okay. So let's make sure this is looking pretty good right here. We'll take a little bit of our paper towel here just to kind of wipe some of the excess out, although I don't think there's not much there to wipe out. And we'll go ahead and snap a photo. That looks really good. And now it's got to dry. So we'll let that dry before we go in and clip it and sand it. While that's doing its thing, we need to reattach basically this piece that came off a minute ago. And this is the weirdest thing for me. Like everything about this just goes against my nature. Because we're about to attach this hand back to the arm, and it's not meant to move, and that bothers me so much. Like, why not? Shouldn't we just make it move? Like, I could make this move. I could make it twist. I think that'd be cool. But like I said, I didn't ask the client if he wanted it to do that, so we're not gonna do that. It's kind of mangled, so that's why I'm kind of looking to see what's the best route to go here. There's like a lot of green paint. I don't know where this like is supposed to fit, since it got twisted off originally. And clearly it got twisted off, man. This is like such a poor design. I hate this. Like I said, I'd rather just put a peg in here. It's like, and I'm not saying this person is like this, but I would hate to like go through all this, do that, and that person be like, well, I didn't ask you to do that. You know what I mean? But it also makes more sense to do that, because then at least I can plug it in, and I think it'll be nice. So what we'll do is we'll find, I don't think I have a color like that. I have some gray that I think will just be fine. Since it's kind of like an, almost like an olive drab kind of green for these grenades. I think we could probably get away with just some gray. I think this will work. And I'm gonna use some Revo joints. And what we're gonna do is we'll just take a Revo joint, we'll drill it in to here, plug it in, and then we can drill out a hole right here, and then bop, look at that. Plugs right in. And we can add a little bit of glue on the end of this, so it can either stay that way or it can actually move. I think it'd be cooler if it moved. I mean, personally, I'd want it to move. So we're going to do that. I think we're going to do that for them. We're going to take the risk, and I'm going to do it for both of them too. I'm going to do it on both arms. Yeah, let's heat this arm up. Let's pop out the other arm and see what it looks like. I'm not going to charge them for this because this is kind of my thing. And hopefully they're cool with it. If not, then I guess I owe them some money. But it's going to move. It's actually going to do more. It's going to look exactly like it used to, and it's going to do more than it used to. So hopefully they'd be cool with that. You know, I'd be happy with that. So let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Go ahead, heated it up. We'll get up under all that, God, all that glue. It's such a simple, like, fix, too. Yeah, look at that big old chunk. Look at just a big old fat hunk of plastic that hangs on there. It's weak. It's already been twisted too, man. Somebody already. It's not even fair. Like they already. I don't even think they did that. Anyways, we'll get this looking good. We'll get this looking good for them. What I want to do real quick is we'll sand down. I got these really cool bits in not too long ago from Amazon. zoom out a little bit. And I want to say these cost about like maybe $10, maybe 14 max, and you get like 20 of them. And these are awesome, dude. These are some of the best bits I've bought. They do have a bit of an oily smell to them just because they've been lubricated, which is good. But man, some of they're really strong. They do really good work, and some of the coolest like shapes and just everything about them really works well. So what I'm going to do is basically take this cone shape here that you see. It's kind of got a cone shape to it, and it's going to allow me to Dremel out some of the excess here. You'll see right here in the arms, there's like this kind of bit right here. It's kind of squared off, so we're going to make that a little rounded, just a little bit. Not a whole lot, just to kind of smooth out the junk that was there before. It's not a whole lot. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece right here that was on before, and we're going to cut it off flat. Razor blade cut. Always be very careful with razor blades as they can get away from you. Man, I cut myself with an X-Acto knife years and years and years ago. Oh my God. They cut right through your skin, man. It's nuts how fast and how dangerous it can be. So, do be careful. I've like cut myself so many dang times. Just like little cuts and whatnot, and not to mention I've burned my fingers. I've like, you know, friction burned them, and they're at this point now where they've been so abused that they're used to it. Lots of calluses. I'll take a photo of this. Sorry guys, let me just go ahead and something's going on here. Take a picture of that. Take a picture of this Revo joint that we're about to use on the arms. It's going to work like a freaking charm. I'm going to fix the legs now. What you want to do is, I love these end clippers here. These little guys right here. And I know you've seen me use these before. Basically because they get literally right to the end. Snap those babies off. Get a nice clean cut here at the end. The only thing you have to do now is go in and with your sanding bit and just kind of get rid of the excess of the screw that's on there. You see sometimes there's a little bit of just a little snag right here. Let's see if we can zoom in, if you'll see that. Let's see. Right here. I'm not sure if it's showing up. There you go. See that little piece? It's kind of sharp. So what you want to do is you want to go in. Be very careful. It's going to hit your plastic. You also don't want to sit there and just lean on it and hang on it, because you're going to get a lot of friction. It's going to get really hot. And that can reheat your adhesive. It can melt your plastic. And undo a lot of your work. In fact, all of your work. So you got to be very careful. Alright, and what I usually will do is go in with like a razor blade, just kind of scrape off any excess. There you go. And so now what should happen, let's hope, is the leg should pop on. We should be fine. Now what can happen in these situations is a lot of times maybe you want to kind of go in and sand it down just a little more. Because like I said earlier, you put that screw in there and it adds more, little more width to it. So we're going to go ahead and pop this leg on here. Alright. That's a good leg from before. That worked really well. Alright, now hopefully, hopefully we're about to hear a very satisfying pop. And we're going to be very happy with the result. You know what? The fact that actually that peg is probably a little bit bigger means instead of trying to be stupid about this and risk it, what we should do is a little preemptive sanding. So we'll take our let's see if I can't get this to focus for you. It's a very small burr bit. And we'll go ahead and put this in our Dremel here. We'll put it in this leg here. We can already feel it's a little tight. That's probably why it broke. Alright. Now that might have been just enough. Sometimes it doesn't take a whole lot. Let's see what happens if that was enough to just kind of give it what we needed. Yeah, I think it works really well, actually. Yeah, it's a solid fix in there. I think I need to Dremel in a little more though, just so it fits in a bit more, just because it's a little thicker. Other than that, I think we're good. Nice smooth fit. Alright. Let's go a little soft. Sometimes I like to go in there with a little softer drill. Just to see what we can get. Alright, now let's see what we got. I hope everybody heard that. I don't know if you picked up on that or not. Alright, look at that. See if I can get him. God, he got a big old head. See if I can get him to stand on this leg. Yeah, look at that. 1 foot. You see, this one's not touching the ground. Cool. Alright. So that's good. So next what we want is we're going to fit these Revo pegs to fit in this arm. And I think what we can do is, let's see the size here. I'm going to say we could probably, I think we could probably get those to work the way we want to. I'm hoping the client's going to be like, oh, dude, thank you so much. And not like, what have you done? What have you done to this? Why have you done this? Why have you ruined this figure? Why have you made it so much better? So hopefully that's not going to be the thing that happens here. I'll let you guys know what happens. You know what I mean? But also, a little preemptive there. But our man Rocker Josh is in the house. Excellent. Thanks for being here, Josh. Appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and since this has got these have so much to them. I'm gonna go ahead and drill a hole all the way through this first, seeing that it's still connected. And so this is a kind of a practice of mine that I'll usually do, especially if I'm doing it on these Revo joints, is I'll go ahead and drill the hole first, because why not? You've already got it, everything like attached. Josh, yeah, I mean, I've seen some clients. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like most of my clients have always been pretty kind, pretty nice about things. But you never know. You never know. People can be like that. I want to say my mom and my dad, or my mom and my grandfather, had people like complain about like things that they had done in their line of work. They did upholstery and whatnot, and then they my friend Casting Caves had a few instances with some people, but I'm not gonna air his dirty laundry. But he's one of my favorite people to talk to. And there's nothing more fun than talking to fellow like action figure. I don't know. It's like not just like the photographers, because the photographers are great and all, but they get to do everything their way. You know what I mean? Unless of course they're going through a company. But for us, it's like we're doing work for people. So like customizers and stuff like that. It's like, oh, I decided to do this. It's like, well, I didn't want that. You know, you never know. You never know. Let's go and drill a hole through here. Hopefully I don't drill a hole through my thumb like I did yesterday. Okay, we got our hole through that one. Let's go ahead and do a hole through this one. Okay, we got our hole all the way through that one. And also, like I said, guys, what I'm wanting to do is, and I'll start advertising, I guess, on my Instagram. This Saturday, we're hoping to do a like a midday stream would be cool. I have to see what time everybody's available, but I'm gonna get a few of my favorite people that are close to me on there, and we're gonna show off our top 10 figures of the year. I'll try to do a video of my top 10 figures. I guess people care about that. I don't know. It seems a little like, who cares about what my top 10 are, you know? Like, I don't know. I guess some people actually gave me some confidence in it when they were like, well, you're the one that repairs figures, so what are your top 10? They're not going to be ones I fixed. I'll tell you that much right now. Like, I think most people were like, hey, what are your top 10, the top 10 most repaired figures? Which would actually be pretty fun, but sometimes I don't own those, you know? So that would be a fun list. But I want to get, I got a group of people together, and I was talking to Oreo Mega last night, and we're kind of trying to. He's going to be one of my guests. He actually might be an all-day guest. We'll see if he's available all day for it. But yeah, we're going to do a top 10, and I think everybody should do a top 10 list, guys. I think all of y'all should do a top 10. I would love for all of you guys to do a top 10 and send me your top 10. I mean, if anything, I'd love to read those off. That'd be like, hey, the CREWMARU top 10 figures. I'd love to hear from you guys. So if you can, put together a list of your top 10 figures that came out this year. Do your research. Make sure they came out this year. And it is so easy to mess that up. Even the first and last time I did a top 10 list, I had some, I think it was the Cyber Ninjas from Storm Collectibles on there. They came out, I think, the October beforehand in the previous year. So, whoops. Anyways, but yeah, put together. I would love to, if you guys aren't, I don't know, if anything, if you got a YouTube channel, I would, I'm not big fish or anything like that, but I'd love to support you guys in any way I can. So I'll throw that out there, or just send me an Instagram list of your figures, and I'd be like, and it'd be fun to read them off on the live stream, or show up on the live stream. That'd be really cool. And show off your top 10 and we can read them off. That'd be fun. I'm not saying like do a super chat and we'll read it off. We don't have to worry about that. We're not doing that kind of thing. You know what I mean? If anytime anybody ever wants to tip, there's the PayPal down there, and I don't expect that stuff from you guys. I just like you guys being here. Anyways, I gotta mention that stuff. That's the stuff I have to mention. But anyways, yeah, I'd love to see y'all's. Josh Smith says, but mine would be all MCU legends, and then all the real collectors would make fun of me. Josh, those aren't. Nah, man. Then get them out of here. If that's what a real collector is, then none of us in here are real collectors. They need to get out of here, dude. I was so man. Don't get me talking. I will save it for Saturday. I need to fix this figure. No, I like some of the more quirky stuff, but even I was going off looking at my figures, man, thinking about like which ones are gonna be my top 10, and it's kind of embarrassing. Like I was like, what legend is gonna be, like what Marvel legend? I had to really work to find a Marvel legend to put on my my top 10. I don't want to like spoil it or anything, but it's probably the Hydra Stomper. That's the only one I could figure that I was like, that one. It's the only one I really, really like. Like, I bought. Now, don't get me wrong. I even told myself like I'm not gonna buy any of the Eternals movie figures. I love that movie, and so I ended up buying them all. By the way, if you guys are in the market for the Eternals figures, I personally absolutely love that film. Thought it was phenomenal. Thought it was really cool, really fresh. They have the entire wave at my Walmart. All of them are $10, including the Salma Hayek figure. They don't have obviously the Athena figure. She's not there because I guess she's a Target exclusive. But anyways, they're there. Yeah, Josh, what are some of your MCUs? What are some of your favorite MCU characters that you got? I'd be interested to see. I bought actually a few MCUs. In fact, I bought a lot. I got Loki. I've got Winter Soldier and Falcon. Zemo. I got what's her name? Rachel Weisz's character from Black Widow. I got Sylvie. I got the entire cast of the Eternals. Freaking dope. Even got that Gilgamesh figure, man. I was hyped. That's why I bought them all. Because I was like, I even didn't want to buy Icarus because I was like, Icarus A is boring in the comics. B, he was boring in the movie. He's not supposed to be exciting. I get it. He was just very stoic, very generic. I didn't like some of the changes they made from the book to the movie, and I'm not talking about like gender swaps or anything like that. I thought all those were phenomenal. Those were great. But just like the story bits of some characters, like I don't know, it was like Icarus, and I like the how Circe and Makari were an item, but then that I guess it could have worked in the movie if you wanted to have, but we already had I guess one like homosexual relationship, which was fine. I guess you didn't want to. I was like, I thought it'd be cool if like everybody just kind of bounced around because I like if you're in a group that long together, it felt like those TV shows like Grey's Anatomy where everybody ends up with everybody in the end. But I don't know. There was I like the fact that Makari. I love that the actress that played her. I thought she was dope. I love that we're getting all of this like deaf like deaf awareness is amazing. Super cool deaf awareness and everything, man. It's amazing. Just got the Mark 50 and Thanos 2-pack and Red Guardian and Melina, that's her. Thank you. Red Guardian is a tiny action figure that comes with an even tinier action figure. It's funny, man. Like with the Red Guardian Melina figure, I actually ended up going in halves and got her, and he got Red Guardian. Dude, I'll tell you one though that's really good. I can highly recommend is the Obadiah Stane 2-pack. This big fella right here, I cannot believe that this guy and Hydra Stomper share 0 parts. It's insanity to me. Both are full-on original sculpts. And they're quality, man. This is a big, chunky boy. God, look, I mean, it's like, God, you gotta be careful. You'll pinch your skin trying to move this thing. But, God, it's so nice. This figure's awesome. Just feels like a solid piece of plastic. You can get him into some cool poses. I would love some nice, like, some really cool flight stands for big old guys like this. Like Thor, or like, not Thor, like Hulk and the Monger. The old Monger boy. Yeah, these are cool, man. These are really cool. It feels like they even put a little effort into the plastic on here. Like, even, like, it's not painted, but there's just like a really cool look to it. I wish he lit up. That'd be cool. He's even got like a little plastic, like, translucent bit on there. That'd be nice if he lit up, but whatever. All right, let's get back to let me get back to doing this. Get me off track here. Josh, quit it. Let's see if we can't drill a bit of a... I want to do a stronger screw for these. I think I broke my drill bit off. Dang it. Oh, I think I broke my drill bit off in there. That's alright. Let's see what we can do. Dang it, I think I did. I realized I wasn't in the center of that, so I was trying to make the hole bigger, and I ended up breaking off my dang drill bit. Bye. Should have started with a bigger one. That's where the popcorn pops, y'all. Let's see if we got a bigger... Whew. Yawning. Tired boy. I can't go that big. Let's see what we can do here. I mean, try to make things nicer. For beast mode. We're gonna make this hole a little bigger. And you'd think that friction rod would be heating that plastic up by now. That's why these Revo joints are so awesome, man. The plastic is crazy strong. It's ridiculous. Let's see here. Dang it. Yeah, I need like just, I need a drill bit that's just slightly bigger than that. See what we got over here. I think I've got some 1.7s. One 1.2. Let's try 1.2. I think these might be actually 1.2. See what happens here. Looks like it could be a 1.2 drill bit. I've got these, like I said, I use these bigger screws, and these things are so dang strong. The ones I really want to use. And sometimes you can even drill out an extra drill bit that broke. Ooh, wee, was that hot. That puppy got hot in there. Oh, let's see what's going on. Good Lord. Let's see if we can put this. So I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to go and cut this off of here. See what's going on the bottom. Because we don't need a whole lot. Really, we just need this to plug into here. and then plug into the arm, right? So let's see what's going on. And we also want it to go all the way through. That's the issue that right now that I'm running into, since I snapped a dang drill bit off in there. We want to make sure that it goes all the way through and doesn't split the joint. We don't want to split the joint. We want to make sure that it's going all the way through here, right? So let's see what we got. That's why I always say keep the head on there, so you can use your hands, drill all the way through. All right, yeah. I think this is going to be really, really good. I can already tell you. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this on there, and we're going to have to drill another hole that goes into here. Oh, these are going to be freaking great. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay. Let's go and take this out. What's up, Nico? Thanks for showing up. Got a little time left tonight. And so what we're going to do... Man, they got really hot a minute ago. I think I burned my finger. Nothing crazy. Just, you know. Burn. Let's go ahead and straighten this baby out. Here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our bomb hands, I guess, whatever this is. I don't know who this character is. Anybody know? I don't know the name of this character. I don't watch My Hero Academia, so. Alright, so we got some nice holes drilled in here. Let's go ahead and drill a hole all the way through this guy too, because we're going to be needing this in a minute. Whoa! Well, that's gone. Dang, took my drill bit with it. That's right here. Gosh dang. Oop. What the heck? I took my drill bit with it. Why, you little jerk. Okay. We'll have more of these. I just would rather not have to use them all. Maybe I can clip a little end off here and reclaim that bit that just broke off in there. Gosh, that's 2 tonight. That's how you know it's getting late. See if we can't grip this, kind of twist it. It's funny, like the links you'll go to save like just like the smallest bit of plastic. Maybe not. I don't know if I'll be able to save this piece of plastic. It's alright, this is junk plastic. I wasn't being very careful with it though, so. I don't know, maybe it's good. Alright, let's see what happens here. Let's try another one. That's why you always have a ton of these on hand, guys. Because they will break up. Oh, Nico, what were you up to? Doing some toy-canic work. I want to know what you're doing. Alright, cool. Go ahead and straighten out this guy here. I know I should, Bob. I know I did that last time. I was a really good role model. I was a really good role model last time. I was putting on my safety glasses. I mean, they're really just snapping off inside of the plastic. But, you know. Okay. So this goes all the way through, which is exactly what we wanted. For one. So that's a good test bit. We're going to go ahead and see if it'll go all the way through this one as well. I thought we tested a minute ago, but just in case, let's test it again. Had anyone ever noticed that newer Legends seem to have super tight joints? Yeah, I have noticed that, man. Especially like, seems like the female ankle joints are crazy. Oh, I did for you guys. I don't know if any of you got them, but I did end up getting 4 of the Action Force figures, and those figures put the GI Joes to shame. It's ridiculous how good those are. Like it's embarrassing that Hasbro's quality is not as good as those figures. It's insanity. I got a hold of like I said, 4 of them. I've only opened one, and the one I opened just was, it's so good. It's just so good. So I'll have to see like if there's any. I think I got super glue on my phone. Dummy. Okay, let's see here. Let me grab this. I'm gonna go ahead and straighten out this joint here. That straighten out a little bit. Just keep checking. Just pinch, twist, little by little. Come on now, don't be a jerk. There we go. Straighten out your screw there. Set these next to each other. Take a nice pretty picture. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this in just a little bit. Then we're going to take our glue. And like I said, we've already inserted this in to the plastic with no glue on it. Now we're going to put this little bit of glue right here on the threading. And we're going to grip the plastic with our pliers. And with my dominant hand, I'm going to twist this in here. And we're going to make sure we get plenty of threading out the other side. So that we can insert it in. That's good. This is a really strong piece. I'm going to take a snapshot of that. So we'll take this arm here. And what we'll do is, since we've already drilled our hole, we're going to take the glue. And if it ever decides to come out of the hole, make sure it touches all the threading and a bit of the plastic on there, just so it'll make that plastic on plastic connection. And we'll use this big old honking piece over here on the end that we haven't taken off yet, right here, that big excess, to just kind of use it as our, basically as a handle. We use that as a handle to tighten all that in. That way we're not using the plastic piece and it's not working against us, you know, using this metal piece. And it just makes it easier on us. All right, so while that glue's drying, we're gonna repeat the process. I'm going to snap a photo. That's since while I'm thinking about it. Boom. All right. So next up, once again, get our glue. Remove any excess animal hair that might have gotten trapped in. And let's go ahead and glue the threading. All the way through here. All right, that's a good amount. So since our threading's all the way out, let's add a little more glue to the tip now of the threading, and a little bit on the plastic to make that plastic on plastic connection. We'll twist this on since we already had our holes drilled prior. Once again, hold on to the screw. Make sure it's centered up as well. That looks pretty good. Tightened in there. And basically now we wait for our glue to dry. Big thumbs up. Let's see what else we got going on here. Bob, not even saying role model. I'm thinking you don't want to be blind. This is true. I don't want to be blind. Not right now. Probably not ever. I don't know. I don't think that seems like something that I would wish for. Unless I get like superhero level, you know, abilities, which I don't think it's going to happen. That's probably just not going to happen. You don't just get to be blind and all of a sudden you can, I don't know, catch bricks. You know what I mean? All right, cool. Well, so next, what we want to do, since these are such strong screws, I have to go through and I got to use my my super strong wire cutters here. We'll grab ourselves a plastic bag. Get ourselves a nice grip as close as we can. Put them in the bag. See here. You don't get to hear it really because they don't break. They don't snap. But you can see that that worked. So we'll discard that. Go in here. Clip. Twist that thing off right there. And now what we're going to do is, since we've got these little awful sharp metal pieces hanging out the backside, what I use is my Dremel 4000. We use the Dremel 4000 here to go through and basically sand these down. Okay, cool. Nice and smooth, won't cut anybody. So, you know, just in case these were to come out and a client had them and it's like, oh, yo, these are freaking sharp and I got cut. Like, please don't sue me. And I use that big boy right there because it takes way less work and yeah, it takes way less work. It's just super strong. All right, these things are good to go pretty much. The glue is still drying though, so that becomes kind of an issue right now. What I can do, this one seems to be more dry, so just more dry, not totally dry. I don't want to get glue on anything that I shouldn't be. So that kind of sucks. Once this glue dries, what we're going to need to do is we're going to basically, I'm going to drill a hole through here and insert this all the way in. So basically it'll give us a pretty cool mode of articulation. Let's see, how far do we need to go in? I might have went in a little, might have made these a little too long. No, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. I think they'll be okay. I don't want to like Dremel into the actual arms here, but they look pretty good. We might actually, you know what? We might end up having to clip these a little bit. They're pretty long. I might need to clip these a little bit. Your dog hears my Dremel. I'm sorry, I don't want to spook your dog. Because the ear perks up. So we're going to drill a hole a little further down here. See, this guy's expecting to get this thing back and these arms just to be attached. I want to send it back with them being able to like twist. It'd be awesome. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna have to clip them down though. Dang it, that sucks. Okay, whatever. So, since I put them on too long, which is better than too short, we'll go ahead and go through here, and since we'll just clip them down. So we'll get them clipped down. We'll go back through the old Dremel 4000, sand them down again. Yeah. So now, see how this works. Razor blade action here. Make sure they're gonna fit correctly. I mean, and if if this idea does just kind of goes to crap, then we can always, you know, just glue them in place. I like this better though. Look at that. Boom. Now we got him here. Hands twist. I think I can probably go that further in. There we go. Yeah, I think actually if I added a little bulb on the end, it might actually stay in even better. Let's see. Oh yeah, because I didn't even drill this one in yet. Cool. This has actually been kind of fun. I don't think I've ever worked on one of these like loyal subjects figures before. Yeah, dude. This is sick. Cool. There we go. Yeah, I think I might add some little like bulbs on the end so they kind of stay in a little bit better. But yeah, maybe to like twist these arms now instead of just like leaving them just standard and boring. Cool. Yeah, do that overnight and let the super glue dry, and we got ourselves a little mod on this guy, and we fixed his hips too, which that's pretty neat. So there's a fun little tip, like that's kind of neat for it. Yeah, just kind of just a little extra, something a little extra. You know, 'tis the season, right? So my little trick actually that I'll do is I'll put a glue on the end like this, and I'll just kind of let it, you just let it sit, right? Now, if you let it sit like this, it'll probably bleed down. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll try to go around the end, just around the end here with your glue. And this stuff's starting to get kind of thick on me, so I don't know if this glue is starting to kind of go bad. But overnight, it will sit here and it'll dry. And you'll end up with like kind of a bulb on the end. And then you can go in with like a sanding bit and kind of Dremel it down. It's pretty cool. And blowing on it doesn't help because it's a chemical, so don't waste your time. But yeah, there you go. We'll kind of let that sit overnight, and bada bing. Be kind of cool. I think that's a fun little project right there. Oh, it's fun. I know I'm kind of over my time right now, but I was gonna say, Samurai Chris. I was like, this. Let me show you guys this real fast, and then we'll call it a night. I got this Ghost of Tsushima Jin Sakai figure from Ghost of, like I said, Ghost of Tsushima from Figma. I hadn't bought a Figma figure in a very long time. It's just been a minute, and man, they've really gotten expensive. But this figure is so freaking awesome. And I want to even say last time when I was talking, I was like, the money's in the packaging. It's crazy how nice the packaging is. But this figure is gorgeous, man. Like everything about him is very nice. The articulation obviously is always really good. It's Figma level, but it's different from Figma. You know, it's not like your usual like anime kind of figure. I mean, it's very accurate to the game. Let's see if we can, let's get him in focus correctly. There we go. yeah, man, I mean, it looks just like him from the game. He's got like this really cool like fabric piece on the back. I thought that was really nice. And then he's got these attached by like kind of a, it's like it's not elastic, but it's like a fabric with a minimum stretch. His it's like these thigh guards are really nice, and then the back, these are all like fabric attached, so you're not gonna lose any articulation. And then of course his swords and weapons and whatnot. You know, these are, you can take out the, in standard Figma fashion, you can take out the handles or whatnot, attach the handles the way they are. He comes with a multitude of hands. He's got his ghost mask, which is really, really cool. I'm going to take that off. He's got all of the blades. I mean, all three, too. All three. And then you've got your katana. Secondary short. This little dagger here for all the for the assassin kills and whatnot. This is a nice figure, man. Like I said, it is expensive. It's expensive. It's way more than I wanted to. I contemplated canceling it, but I was like, man, I just feel like I love this game so damn much that I just couldn't bear to not have this one. I wish this had a string attached with his bow, but I mean, that's not hard to add. It's gorgeously detailed, you know, his longbow. It's the longbow as well, which is one of the most fun bows to use in the game. Comes with a single arrow. You know, it would have been cool to, like, if he would have been given, you know, the one thing that I guess that threw me off the most that he didn't come with was his grappling hook. And I don't know if there was like a deluxe edition or something that I missed out on, because I don't think there was. But the fact that he doesn't come with a grappling hook is very disappointing, just because that is such a huge part of the game. But either way, he's a very, very cool figure. It's not bare bones, because I mean, the amount of detail that's in this figure, I mean, that's what you're paying for, is everything you see here. I haven't tried to see how all the joints feel very good. The articulation, the poses that you can get him in are exactly what you would want. It just makes me want Tenchu figures more than anything these days. But it's kind of interesting, man. Like the way they hid the articulation in the pants and whatnot. You can get a nice, you know, all those really cool assassination jumps and whatnot, and his sneak modes. I really want him on a horse very badly. I've got like I bought some KO Figma horses, so we'll see if he fits on those. I don't think I have one nearby. Let's see if we can't get this, how easy this face is to put on. It's weird that it doesn't just, like, the mask just doesn't attach. God dang. It's probably not going to come off. Yeah. The ghost mask. It looks good, man. This figure's sick. Yeah. But anyways, Chris, that's for you. Just wanted you to get a good look at it. It's very nice. It's very, very nice figure. The price is, like I said, the price is up there, but I love this game so much that it was kind of like I just really wanted it. He's kind of small, you know, but that's okay. I don't know what other universe you would want to put this thing in, and he fits in really well with like your Figma stuff. I don't think, I mean, due to him being a Figma figure and in that scale, I don't think he's gonna fit in with your AI ninjas, and which kind of sucks, because, you know, I guess it would actually be kind of cool. You know, in the game, you do fight those bigger brute characters, so technically you could have like one of those samurai brute, kind of like one of the regular samurai characters from AI as like maybe one of the bigger guys if you put a big shield on him. I think that'd be kind of cool. But as I was saying, I'm gonna shoot for this Saturday, guys. I want to like try to do like a day stream. It should be kind of fun. Like I said, I'm gonna bring some friends on. We want to do our top 10 figures. Probably a couple of guys that usually will do videos over them and a couple of guys that don't. It gives them a chance to kind of have fun, you know, getting to show off their top 10, and we'll discuss and talk about who's wrong and who's right. Also, like send me your top 10s if you guys want to, and I can, you know, read them off that day. That'd be kind of fun. Show up here and get yourself a sandwich, enjoy some company time with the boys and the girls, and just enjoy yourself. And we're gonna bring in the new year in a fun way, and you know, try to do it a little earlier in the day, like I said, so it doesn't interrupt anybody's holiday plans. But because I think that's New Year's Eve. Is that right? Is it New Year's Eve? God. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yes. I don't know. I lose track. Anyways, guys, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for showing up tonight. Thank you for watching me fix some figures. I think this Spider-Man figure is just about done, man. Look at this. We got this arm. I think it's fixed. Sure feels good. Yeah. We just got to get that other one dried out. Once that thing dries, which I think it actually might be dry. You know what? Yeah, I think this actually might be dry. Heck yeah, dude. Let's see if this will pop in here. I might have to Dremel a little bit more on it. That's the stuff you run into. Anyways, we'll get that done. We'll take care of it. Guys, thank you so much for showing up tonight. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas. If you celebrated, if you had some time off, I hope you got to recharge a little bit. And I'll keep fixing some toys if you guys keep showing up to watch me do it. In the meantime, I want you guys to always take care of each other, love each other, and